Hey my pastors, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are getting into this old school. Don't know very much history on this one, and this one's for the books, undisclosed, from this really old school from 1922, and its additions were the 1940s on this side, not this one, on that side, that wing, and from where this little difference is right there and on. So guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go in, let's check out the principal's office, check out the other classrooms, the gymnasium, and the auditorium.
The roof has been...
Oh, he wasn't lying about the floor.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, like literally, like, and all this was like heavy plaster. Like, this is not like light duty stuff. This is like heavy, and so whenever it falls, it falls.
Oh, I imagine it makes a
and,
big
like, you can hear the building
impact.
over. So most of the stuff here, like it's been a couple years, but right after my dad passed, we did a couple like yard sales like once a year or so, and so we did throw up some of this stuff in a haphazard kind of a pickers kind of a vibe, you know. So this is the main hallway. This would have been one of the classrooms, which is basically our attic room, although it's hardly
Really wide corridors.
oh yeah. This one here is probably one of the
nice.
most in shape rooms, I'd say. It really hasn't leaked horrendously here enough to actually have any of it fall, except for that patch there, which is more recent.
Oh, you can really smell the old school.
Yes.
That is wood. No, seriously, that is like one of the things that I have ingrained in my like, was it whenever like your nose, like that smell of this place is like, friends would like think it was kind of weird, like, oh, that old building smell, and they'd be like you mean must and mold? I'm like, no, it's not really just that. It's just like my particular building, and just like walking through, it's like it just has that, like, it's history.
Yeah.
And like it's,
Right.
you know, nothing new smells like this.
Love these lights. It's amazing.
So it's like, even though nothing in here really is original to when it was around, like, again, we found some things through our excursions of what people stored, and it's like,
Was these the chalkboards here?
yeah, so these would have been chalkboards, as would that have been on the, a little bit further to the right there.
Oh, yeah.
And so like, yeah, whenever they put everything to auction, they sold the slate out of the chalkboards.
Right.
Like, other than I think a few chairs that are up on the stage in the auditorium, there was like no furniture or any extra stuff at all really, that was like left here, because they just auctioned off pretty much everything.
Wow.
And I would assume at that point in time, there's still enough people who had like nostalgic interest and stuff, because Dad was like, yeah, there really wasn't anything at all here whenever he bought it. It was just the property in the building that was up for auction.
Pretty cool though how that used to be all chalkboard across here as well.
Well, and I think it's really cool because like people did so much graffiti, I guess, after the fact or in between, and it's like, you guys know, like Justin was here, so the age old, like, you know, it never ends. People were always like, I was here.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so much.
Look at that. That's cool. With plaster's falling off. What is that? They're gonna light?
See, I love like car boot sales and like the junkyard.
This is that, like times 10.
I literally feel like a kid at Christmas.
Oh, this is so awesome.
Anything you're interested in.
Look, another
I might have to come back on another day and just have a little look.
other bulletin board.
Because we haven't done a sale in a couple of years since it's gotten this much worse. So at this point, I'm not like, I'd let people in if I could, like, you know, maintain that I was here with them and make sure nothing bad happened. So another classroom, and it's a little bit quirky because over time, like,
That's cool.
we kind of like gave rooms names almost.
Okay.
And so this is the wood room.
Okay.
Right.
Can you imagine
And
why?
No.
Again, like, you know, my dad like couldn't get rid of anything, and so like if it was like lumber related or whatever, some of the stuff we did shuffle in just because we cleaned this room up a little bit more than some others. And
What is that?
So this piece of plaster right there had kind of this view. So this is where
This
the
ashtray.
addition
Ashtray.
was joined on to the original building.
Yeah.
So these two rooms here, this is which way are we facing? I used to be like the northwestern facing, and here, there is a lot of stuff that
Richard Simmons.
in this room that wasn't originally here.
Oh, the records.
Yeah.
That, again, I'd definitely be interested in, like, I'm trying to salvage the records.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like, they're just slowly getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
the amount of like abandoned houses that we've been to, and they're just
sitting there.
destroyed.
It's so sad.
It is.
Like, it breaks my heart thinking of my place, and then I just think of like how many places there are out there that are just sitting left because they were stuck in limbo, whether it was like someone, you know, like it didn't sell, or it went, you know, to the bank and then it just sat forever, or you kind of like abandoned owner, like I guess like they never found the true owner to it. I guess that's the thing, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really sad.
But yeah, here's, so like literally you can see the back of the chalkboard frames once again. A little bit of graffiti from probably somewhere in between it closing and when my dad bought it.
So it was left abandoned just for a little while.
Yeah, like the way I understand it, and like grain of salt, most of this is like someone else's word to me, and then hopefully my memory is remembering it properly. But I think it was a high school for the longest time for the area, and then whenever it started after the what's JB Middle School now was originally the high school, and then JB High now was then later built, and they shifted that to the high, and the original building to the middle school. Right. So this, in that time frame, was shifted to an elementary school for a while. And then I think it was in like the later 70s is when it was like full-fledged shut down. So I think it sat for a handful of years, just, you know, under, you know, the school district ownership, but just nothing done with it until they cleaned it out and auctioned off stuff, and then auctioned.
If I'm correct, I think these are speakers.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Sorry.
No, I'm easily distracted too. So yeah, probably. But it's like, yeah, it's like if I could do what I wanted, like I'd love to make it a blend of the old, what is in good shape, and then, you know, I don't know, like whether it's apartment buildings, to me, like I'd sooner just make it a place where like it could be a common place, like whether a community drawing where you'd have like open spaces for workshops or little businesses, pop-ups, things like that. It's like,
that's such a good idea.
Yeah, very.
I do actually see something that I'm kind of interested in taking downstairs, which is pretty classical.
The old suitcases.
And whenever he was ready to sell, it was actually getting
Michael Jackson Thriller on tape. It's the front entranceway to the school, and also its sidewalks. These two trees had to have been there since the time this was built, or added not too shortly afterwards. But imagine the kids coming down from the school buses, or maybe just walked. I guess back then you walked. But you would come in here, well, not inside this one. This is actually the principal's office, so. But yeah, just to get a good glimpse of what time used to be back in its day. So amazing. Go ahead. It's like one of those military grade storage units.
Oh yeah.
Those
And
are
look,
my uncles.
look at the.
My dad's uncle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
right, so they were actually like used.
Yeah, those ones there. He was like ex-military, I think.
Is that Oriental hat? Like a Vietnamese?
I think so. The original light fixtures here. There's a few of them that haven't gotten blasted by plaster as it falls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there is like a few left behind.
And even all like the falling part, like if you look at like you see those beams, like you don't see that wide and that thick of like a wooden beam like nowadays. Like the amount of work it took to build a place like this in the 20s, like it's mind-boggling, you know. And it's like, you know, they certainly didn't have some of the leaps and bounds that we have nowadays, but it's like to build like really like, you know, very beautiful things, you know.
They're made to last.
Yeah. And really, it's this year makes 100 years old for this section of the building.
Yes.
And it's like, even in all of the derelict falling down this, it's still here. It's still got halfway good bones, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know.
It's got a long way to go yet.
Yeah.
But you've still got the doors.
Oh,
look.
I see
The
classrooms.
party
Yes. Yeah. So this here, I don't know where the ones to this section got to. Maybe they auctioned them off too. But like
Yeah.
this would have been originally like divided up into classrooms as well. So the stage would have originally had folding doors.
Oh, this is a stage. I didn't notice that until just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stairs, that could have been a giveaway right there.
Oh my goodness. So I was looking at it at first going, this looks like a stage area.
Yeah.
But then I saw the doors and I was
Yeah.
like, no, different classroom. But
No, actually stage, but they actually would break it down. Because if you look, I don't know if you have a good angle, but see the big door, there's a little door built into it.
yes.
The knob's gone.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like they would have closed those up and made these into like classrooms, I guess originally. And same with over there, like that one wooden beam there, those things hanging down, that would have had doors as well. And then the one beam running this way.
Oh, there,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you
Wow.
look-
So 1, 2, 3,
And Shani,
4.
if you look, you see an old glory right there.
An old
Really
one.
faded glory. The flag.
Oh, the flag, yeah.
Oh.
That's old. That's
Yeah,
really
it would
old.
have been before
Hawaii.
Hawaii and Alaska. It up until a couple of years ago, it actually was. No, I say a couple of years ago. It's probably been closer to 10 now, but it was in really good shape for the longest time. At least it had never been touched. Like I never wanted to touch it because I was afraid it was going to disintegrate.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely has disintegrated more, but I haven't known how to get it down without having it crumble to pieces in my hands. But yeah, I found them and actually have like an older picture somewhere, but actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 times 8, 48.
Wow.
I thought that was really cool.
That's pretty crazy.
Because I can't remember, when was Hawaii and Alaska added? There is some of that graffiti from a couple years back.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like you could have gotten some, pretty graffiti, and I would have been like, oh yeah,
Oh, some flowers and some
yeah,
butterflies.
throw me some like really cool, calligraphy kind of stuff up there. Instead, we've got bitch written on the chalkboard. Like, who are you calling the bitch?
And up
Me?
there.
The building? Like,
See, you're hearing it from a person who owns this place, right? You're hearing that, right? This is why you don't. And if you do, if you have to, make it pretty, please.
If you break in, at least just make me pretty thin.
I mean, at least ask first, then break in, right? No, don't break in.
I wouldn't have frowned upon. We'll call it even. Just empty out the water buckets.
Oh, this
Look at the old desk.
So I think the desk and chairs here are the stack that my dad mentioned being original.
Okay. Look at the corner molds and the beams.
So you can walk into these classrooms and see everything set up.
Yeah. I would love to explore. My mom.
I don't know if I can actually get over there. That's close enough. But when this thing used to close here, there was like a door that was etched inside. So this is like a wall, and that's where you walk through. When closed. Do you see the molding on the
Yes.
the beams?
Those things are so beautiful.
Yeah.
We had, I'm trying to think which one. Oh, the one off of that pillar there had gotten damaged enough where it fell down. And I'm like, it really is just kind of like this plaster molded piece.
Yeah.
So you can see the flat piece of plaster coming off. These are actually steel beams. These cross beams, they're
Oh.
steel.
Yeah.
Everything else is wood. but
Oh, I
these-
see it now.
These main beams are like a big, thick steel beam. So it's like, really, would it ever collapse in on itself? Probably not. Like, honestly, like the roof itself, anything wood is probably gonna fall in, but like the actual frame.
Foundation, yeah.
Yeah,
The
like the
framework.
brick and the steel, like, unless something like were to really hit it, who knows how long it'll be here in some shape or form.
It's
I might
crazy.
get that fun
What
stuff
is
after all.
this?
What is that? I've never seen a two-toaster.
Yeah. It looks like a stereo.
Oh, yeah, it
Oh,
is.
that there I think is a stereo.
You
Yeah.
open the lid and it's got it should have
I think
the
it
record player inside.
Oh
Yep.
my
Yep.
God. Oh
Just like the
complete with
one.
with the Memorex head cleaner in case you want to clean out the deck.
Oh, but a little different though. It's got the 8-track, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's the
God.
8-track.
8-track tape player. Yep.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
Isn't it?
I want you. I mean, it's in really good condition still.
Oh yeah.
Do you think just like the
Head
wires
cleaner.
would need changing?
I didn't know they even had
I guess you
cleaners
had
for
to try to
the
clean everything somehow.
Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Jeff
Bill
Beck.
and Gloria Gaither. Oh, Gaithers.
Oh, the
Aren't they like a country
Bill-
or?
Bill and Gloria Gaither. They are gospel singers.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I know the name
Yeah.
just from people talking about it around here. Okay, the Chuck Wagon Gang. That's another like gospel group, I think too.
That is crazy. Put that back.
So beautiful.
I never understood this. Okay, 45s have been the smaller records. You must have made one smaller than 45. I guess that would be your normal. I'm guessing. If I'm right, if I'm even close to right, comments. But yeah.
Oh my God.
And this is a very, very awesome old school for sure.
This is amazing. Again, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate the time.
Well, you're probably the first and only people to ever like actually like document it in any form other than like me coming through and taking pictures once in a while.
Wow. I genuinely feel honoured.
Yeah, we do. We do.
One day, like, oh, can I take it downstairs and refinish that?
Double toaster.
When do I have the time?
Can't have enough toast? Sure can.
Like the old OG bathroom stall.
Oh, no way.
Complete with, the toilets are still here.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
imagine using those things.
Wow, yeah.
But,
Little step as well.
yeah.
Step up.
Yeah, I know, right? And so whenever, like, my dad when he bought the place, he basically, like, they blocked off, like, the doorway. You can actually see, if you turn face back that way. So sorry, I know, it's like cramped quarters.
Sorry.
So the steps up there, to your right, if you look past the divided wall here,
Here, yes.
and the water heater. So those steps up there, that actually is the boarded up doorway that led into like the shower stall portion. Yeah, remember?
Oh my goodness. Is this what your mum's doing?
Yes, this is my mom's. There is some stuff that's bad because we've kind of been like, my dad was kind of the garbage disposal of the family. Preserve all your stuff that you grew in the garden. And this is why I showed you.
Isn't this cool?
Yeah, this window, here, the door.
So I'll probably save the gym for last because that I think will probably be our finale.
Okay.
Yes.
I love just the random lights that are working. And it's that really old paranormal type spooky colour that you've got going on up there.
So I can move this and we'll go into this area here.
And before you do that, I'm guessing that was
That's a dungeon door.
Yeah.
for sure.
for the foods and stuff, right? Boiler.
This
Okay,
is the
okay.
boiler room.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Actually, let me move my mom's sign.
That's lovely. That's a really old sign.
This is just my mom's nice handmade one because
Wow.
look at that
Whoa.
font. Isn't that cool? I always thought that the stay out with the very flourished Y and T was just very unique, So if you want to close up with that, by all means.
Wow. That's. Wow.
That's amazing.
And I'll open it up for you and we can take a peek inside, but
Yeah, we'll come
Very-
back to that one.
Yeah, we will. I just thought that's where they store like the goods, the foods and stuff.
It's a dungeon.
this room here, from what some people have told me over the years, actually was oh my god. I think they said it was a music rehearsal room at one point. And then maybe, I think the newspaper club or someone, like the printing club was here, like for the newspaper. or yearbooks. Because like, and nowhere else in the building is this kind of wood paneling. Maybe because of like just, you know, sound absorption, they might have had panels or something on there at first because like there, and then like it's back to this like stone wall with nothing else on it.
Yeah.
You can see the vines loved it, so the vines kept on coming in.
That looks so cool though.
Look above you.
Oh, the radiator. So the only other place we saw a radiator on the ceiling
The bank?
was when, yes, it was the bank in Brownsville.
Yeah.
It was completely, it was collapsed. It was
Well,
no
see,
more. But...
so the boys' bathroom, the one that's blocked off over there on that end, what fell down was the radiator collapsed. Is like hanging suspended. The one support came undone.
In that same bank downstairs, the door to the bathroom was just like, was just like this. But it had paint on it, and this was it. This was the paint.
I really like this like old like texturized.
Yeah.
Like, I guess part of that actually is just residue from moisture maybe, but it's crazy. And this is actually, oh, here's kind of a unique thing. I'll show you this. I was gonna say I blocked this off intentionally. This is actually a little door. Oh gosh, spider. Don't come back here. You're telling stuff. We'll use whatever's nearby to get rid of them.
Oh my gosh, that door.
My assumption was it just was like surplus storage, you know, because it just goes in and it's just, you know, boxed off.
Okay.
Escape.
Escaping.
But there actually is like a mirror image of this one in that one room when we came out where the canning jars and canning goods were. That one door to the right hand side that we walked past. That is another room, and there's like the flip side because the staircase area is like right above this.
Yeah.
So this was just basically built underneath the main entryway.
Yeah.
There's so many like little half levels and stuff here. It's like, wait, where are we again? Like, what section are we underneath? That actually was like the original oil burner.
Yeah.
And that was like the furnace. That's how they heated it originally. This is amazing. And it's actually the only thing to the right hand side, if like it makes kind of like a little U dip, and there's like another little cubby room around the corner. And that's actually like where the wellhead is. And so the few times like Dad had to work on the pump or anything like that, there actually is just like a little crawl space access to like where the well is. And that oil light burner is like huge.
Or the school bell. It might actually be the school bell.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is actually.
I did see one in the hallway, so that's probably a fire
there
alarm.
You know, I bet this is probably fire alarm, but the one upstairs is like school bell, or maybe they both are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me. That's more recent. Now this door usually gets really swollen up, and I can't do that. And usually the moisture, because it's partially below ground, is usually so strong that things swell up so much.
The dents in the door handle. Wow.
Probably from smacking up against the wall so much. Yeah.
Yep. Or just like the opposite side.
And it was probably from the school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, walking through the door, swinging it open, not giving a care in the world for where it was going. Oh, no, please. Okay. Can't break it much worse than that.
That was really good. Oh, the grates on the door.
Oh no, that's awesome.
Well, because like when you this is like a pretty small gym. Like it's not a full court in the sense of a modern full court. You know, at least
Oh yes.
like they actually had apparently like stadium seats right here, just super skinny ones, just smacked right up along this wall, and that was it.
Is that
From
the
what-
framework for it?
I think this might have been scoreboard. That's my best guess.
Okay.
Not 100%, but and you know, a bird's nest made in the old switch box or whatever.
Wow.
But yeah, so now you can see, you know, how those window wells function. That's why they're enclosed like that, because you guys need to
Oh,
drop.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And all this old stonework, you know, the stone walls to this are just so,
Oh, and it's so beautiful.
so unique.
Oh, it is love.
The basketball thing it's all made out of wood.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no
the
way.
whole frame
Yeah.
is
I always thought it was
wood.
like, it's really cobbled together. I'm like, I don't know if they had to like repair it or patch it together.
Actually, some kind of duct work, and they had to hide it behind it because they knew it was going to do some damage. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
About that.
that's
You're
the
right.
air vent there.
There might be an air vent maybe that, I don't know if there's an air vent outside.
The wall.
I mean, it probably used to be up there.
How the floor.
Look how the floor is so bowed.
And that's honestly, the floor here is probably one of the things that I'm like the saddest about, because up until maybe like 10 years ago, or even like 5 or 6, like it wasn't nearly this bad. It only started bowing within like the last 6-7 years probably, because it really just had been that corner there, because that's right below where all the buckets are there by that door that we went in. And so all that really bad water damage was there. But it's kind of gone further and further this direction, and it used to be, me and my brother actually would come down here and play basketball with
Yeah.
the kids.
That looks like that may be original too, which is the lights.
Oh yeah, there's like metal cages around.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from, but it's just hovering down. Look. That's like a little ceiling thing just came out of nowhere towards me and just.
Oh, it's a fairy. You have to make a wish.
They had like, you know, they had a band, they had like everything that, you know, any other school would have back in its heyday, you know, because it was probably like the larger high school in the area before all like the modern day stuff was being built later on in the 90s and whatnot.
Old tennis racket. So I believe, as I heard it as well off cam, there was a teacher being chuckled, tormented, whatever you want to call it these days, by the classmates, and the teacher was driven so crazy by their class that it said that the teacher actually exited out one of these glass stains, came down on one of these ledges when there was a ledge or something there, like a deck of some sort, and actually jumped off onto the ceiling part of this, and then jumped down and left. So today we found ourselves at a very old school. So let's go in and explore, see what we can come up with. Let's explore. So come on with us and explore. So come explore with us, guys. Sit on in.
Gym.